Yeah, so before we start, everyone, if you haven't done so already, we have actually updated the roadmap. If you go to the tab, you can actually see everything listed there. And just give you guys a couple seconds, start reading that, and then we'll take it from there.
Hope everyone has had a good day lately, or today. I'm sorry, all my days are running together. You haven't seen too much of me lately. I apologize for that. My father-in-law has been in the ICU for the past 9-10 days. So between working on exciting stuff for here and trying to be at the hospital as much as possible for him, it's just it's just all been a blur. But that being said, he's been doing much better lately, so that's awesome.
Yeah, thank God for that. Really, really nice thing. So we'll just give them all a couple more seconds. I see people are starting to type, so that's a good thing. So, yeah, we've been working on this for quite some time now. We've been working on essentially trying to make it into an infographic, make it where it's nice, where it's easy, and all of that. So, I see a few more people are starting to get in here. Let me do this as well. I'll pull it up so that way I can see what I'm talking about as well. So the first picture that we have up is going to show what we have planned quarterly. So we have our plans all the way up to quarter three. So the way we're going about doing things right now is for right now we're worried about V2. V2 has been the biggest thing that everyone's been asking us about, and we also included another infographic about how it's going to work. So before we go a little bit further into it, just give it a couple more seconds to read it, just kind of digest what's going on, and then I'll kind of explain the whole process and all that. And Nick, if you have anything if you want to say, you can just add so right now.
All right, yeah. While Z has been basically kicking ass on getting all these graphics together and getting everything into a cleaner, concise format, we just want to say that the I won't say delay is the wrong word, but whenever V2 rolls out, we want to make sure that everything goes off without a hitch. We are trying to do everything as carefully as possible. We are working on collaborations that are going to benefit us greatly, and we're trying to build up a timeline to where as we announce collaborations and we announce different partnerships, it's all going to roll up into the V2 hype, and we're just going to kill it.
Yeah, so that's definitely going to be a really huge thing. Who's this? That's great. Okay, so sorry about that. Just give me a moment. So the biggest thing that everyone has been asking us about has been V2, V2, V2. How is that going to work, and so on. So as all of you know, we're having an honorary collection and we're having a public collection. So Genesis Rangers will have access to an honorary V2 villain collection, and the snapshot for this will be November 26th, 21st, or 2021. Now, we decided to push this back a little bit. We were originally going to do it the 16th. We wanted to give more time for people to essentially accumulate their Rangers and all that. So now Genesis Rangers will also have 2 weeks to mint an honorary V2 villain. And this will be starting the first week of December. The reason why we're doing 2 weeks is because gas. Gas has been the biggest pain in the ass for us for the longest time. And we truly believe this is the best way to go about doing so because it just gives you all an extended period of time. If you want to mint late at night, if you want to do it early in the morning, whatever works for you, that's essentially the best way to go about doing it. So that's how we're going to handle that. And then the best thing that we're doing with the public V2 mint is that we want you as a community to essentially decide the quantity and the price. Rather than having us as staff making all these decisions, we are leaning towards the DAO formation So we want everyone to have a vote and to have a say. We have a couple ideas and we want the community to decide between those. We truly believe this is the best way to get you all involved and to essentially kind of like help us figure out which way we need to go. So that's kind of the way that we're going about doing that. And then after that has been decided, even if you don't claim your V2 million during this whole point and during this whole time, during the 2 weeks, you will have the ability to claim an honorary in the future. The way by doing this is that you will be able to burn a coin of destiny when that is released for an honorary V2 villain. This can only be done if your Genesis Ranger did not claim its honorary. But now this is where you have your choice. The V2 villain, it's nice and all that, but the coin of destiny will be your stake in our DAO. So that's where you're given a choice. Do you want to have your honorary V2 villain, or do you want to have your stake in the DAO? And then for the public V2 villains, we're going to be releasing this after the honorary. The honorary collection will be released first. We'll let that circulate. We'll let you all get your hands on your V2 villains, and then the public will come after that. Coin of Destiny, as we've talked before and how I just mentioned briefly, it is going to be used as your stake in the DAO when the DAO is formed. So now the DAO formation will take place early Q1 of 2022. So starting around January, that's when the formation will take place. So then another thing, each V2 villain minted in public sale will also receive a coin of destiny. So this does not apply to the honorary. If you pay money in the public sale for a V2 villain, you will get an additional COD, an additional coin of destiny, which is your stake in the DAO. So that is what is going to be behind the V2 villains. So that is what's going to be going on around the next few weeks. And we have so much more planned with that. And there's so many things that we've been working about, like behind the scenes. And Nick has been doing so much with other projects. So Nick, I know there's one thing you definitely want to be talking to them about. And I think you also have a sneak peek for them as well, correct?
That is true. I've been getting it ready. So in as far as collaborations, I've been kind of selective in looking for, the right ones that obviously are larger than us, have a good community, and can benefit the Rangers greatly. But then also I've been exploring some additional partnerships with some smaller communities as well. And we're going to call these potential partnerships Mega Ranger partnerships, where they're newer to the community. They might not have the name or backing behind them, but we will partner with them. We'll hype them up. We'll try to get the word out about them as much as possible. And in return, they will give us a percentage of their mint. Now, the proceeds from this will go straight into the DAO, and it will be used to better the Ranger portfolio and to help all of you, help the community. The first official collaboration I would like to announce is we are going to be teaming up with the Secret Society of Whales. I've been talking with Big John for a while, and we have officially locked that down. So how that's going to work is Nancy, as I'm trying to pull him up right now, has been working on some amazing 1-1s for the Whales. And they're going to be having their own Discord contest for one of them. And then the other whale, we will be doing a Twitter giveaway to where anyone can win one of these 1-1 whales. They are loading now, so I apologize for any delay. I started before I talked, but my God, they're just so fire. It takes forever.
No, these are honestly incredible.
There we go. There's one. And there's two. All right. So bang, that's what Nancy's been working on for the whales. And this is kind of going to be our our formula more or less going forward for these collaborations. I mean, Nancy is
Mm-hmm.
just such an incredibly talented artist. We want to put special creations from her in front of as many eyes as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And by making these 1-1s, by just being more inventive and more creative with these collaborations, we feel like we can bring just so much more value than the average product doing a standard, like
Just a Twitter
NFT.
giveaway, like something like
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
like
exactly.
that's. I mean, we saw a couple of those, and while we have had a good one, I mean, look at a lot of them. You'll join them, but it's not enticing anything more than trying to win the giveaway. So we're out there working to try to bring real partnerships to the projects.
And the best way that we're going about doing this is that we're trying to partner up with projects that we believe in. Like we're
Really.
going for whales in the DAO. We're not just trying to partner with them for the sake of partnering with them. And another way is like we don't want to just go to somebody and be like, "Hey, like we'll pay you, etc. Like let's join like this." We want to do it the organic approach. So that's the reason why we essentially came to these projects and we said, "Hey, let us have our artists design something for you guys in our style, and then let's get your communities involved and just go from there." The whole NFT space is all one big family. So why can't we just expand together? So we truly believe with this formula that we can do something very special with collaborations. And with so many other groups, once we start getting attention on this, like it'll really drive so much attention towards this project. The whales, yes, the whales are extremely such a great community, but look at what we have right here. We've been at the same amount of holders essentially since we started. We've been hovering at 630 holders the entire time. And it shows how active this community really is.
Yeah, that's just unreal.
Like, we've all become such a big family, and it shows with everything. So, with the whales, like, it's just trying to expand our other, it's just to expand the family. And that's not the only project which we're working on. We have other things which we can't announce just yet, but that's just the first one.
Yeah,
So,
and like another path with that is, we absolutely love Nancy. So I know even like Z, he's been working on partnerships as well. And I mean, we're looking to, partner with some other, female artists or female led projects just to help them as well. Because like just echoing what Z said, I mean, these aren't the NFT community isn't like I need to be strong and like let all the rest fail or eat all the rest. We all need to be strong and grow together. We are still in the infancy of this whole thing, and with the Coinbase wallets and everything that's going to come out, the NFT community is about to go up 300 to 400%. I mean, we are at the very beginning, and yeah, the holders that we've had, I mean, I feel like I could name most of y'all by name. I've seen y'all all for the past 3 months, but compared to other projects, I mean, we are doing fantastic. I almost cussed. I'm sorry, but but we've been doing amazing.
yeah, I see snakes over there, so that's another person right there. That's an OG. We know all of you by names. We know everybody. Everyone is essentially a family. We're brothers and sisters at this point. It really is something special. Even you, Ditto. Like all of us, John. Like we've grown together in the past 3 months. Pickle Rick, Holly, all of you. And it's something. It makes it to where like it's exciting to where we want to rush and be here. We want to just talk to each other. Like how often do you really see something like that? And then we have other communities and other people that could potentially be joining us. We believe in the organic approach, and this shows why. Like, this is truly something amazing.
Yeah, and it's part of the another reason for the wanting to try to make sure we get all the pieces in place is, outside of what we've been working on, we've also been making to look additional team member hires. So we're still looking to add to the team as well to help push us over that next stop. We aren't stopping where we're going. We have big plans for this project, and I was talking with Z earlier, and I think the man's running on like 2 hours of sleep combined the past week. But his literal comment was, "I'm not sleeping until we get this project to where I want it to go."
Exactly. But I can't stop. Like I literally can't sleep about it. Like I dream. I think like, what can we do? What can we do? And I've come to the conclusion that it's a community thing. If we get the community involved, there's endless possibilities. Like I'm not the most intelligent person. Like there's so many people. I talk to people in this community for advice. I've literally spoken to a couple people here where I won't mention any names because then everyone will try and harass them about future plans. But like I talk to them and ask, hey, do you like the way this is written? Do you think this is good for plans of what we do in the future? I treat you guys just like that. Like I want everyone to be involved in this process. We're all in this together. We need to have a mental health channel about your lack of sleep. I mean, honestly, at this point, I've given up on it. If looking long-term collaboration, I recommend Gambling Apes. If their casino goes live and decentralized, will blow up. I also have four. I mean, the possibilities are endless.
So
It's
yeah,
really,
So let's make a after this or during this, because Zeezus is magic like that. But we can add a collab channel,
I'll do it right
and
now.
yeah, and if you guys have any other projects that you'd like to see us work with, please let me know, and or put it in the channel, and not just me, but anybody on the team. If we see that, we will reach out to them immediately. And kind of what I spoke on before in what we're looking for with collabs, we're looking for, I guess the main three would be kind of smaller, just beginning, larger and established with great communities, or a female-led team or female artists. We feel like those are the ones that can be most beneficial for everyone.
Collab recommendation, Volterra. I mean, I've been seeing that all over Twitter, and I mean, you never know. Right now I have launched. Let me write it in here. Ranger collabs. Actually, maybe set up a template for what you want to know. Name, Twitter, Discord team. What's a community? You want to do that for me, actually? Yeah, you want to do that while I'm running the AMA? I'll put it up right now. You hate me? I'll make the bot. I'll make the bot put a nice announcement. Come on, do me a favor. Just write it for me. I'm running on like 2 to 3 hours of sleep. I need help. Help, please.
And Clark just said, like, the Discord is amazing for a project that hit a speed bump. Many other projects just die when they stumble. And that's 100% correct. The launch wasn't the smoothest launch, but we owned up to it. We worked through it. We persevered, and we came out stronger for it. And you're absolutely right. There are several projects that, I mean, if they hit even the smallest hiccup, they never even get off the ground. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, so like the fact that happened and we're still here, it shows a lot. It really does. Like we've gone through quite a bit and we've revamped literally pretty much like everything. And I truly do believe that the way that we're going, it's going to be incredible. And right now, what I'm seeing, like Cream's telling me that Volterra is offered for project leaders to reach out to his Twitter. You know what? I'll go onto Twitter and I'll reach out to him right away. So you know what? Hold on. You want to see something, Cream? You want to see something? Hold on. I'll show you. Give me. You want Nick? Just talk for a second.
Yeah, I was like,
Just give me 2 seconds.
the man's about to announce a collab that starts start to finish in about 6 minutes. But yeah, does anyone have any questions about anything they've seen on the roadmap? Oh, I just saw a notification. Oh, damn. Okay. For V3, will we still require 3 V2 males?
As of this moment, with that, nothing has changed. But if there is any change to this, we will make an announcement, obviously. But as of this moment, those plans haven't changed. That is a little bit out from now. So when the time does come near, we will be talking about that. The biggest things in our future at the moment is that we have our V2 villain mint, and then we have the COD, aka the DAO. The DAO is going to be a very big thing. And do we have to burn our COD for our free V2? No, you do not. The only time you will have to burn a COD is after the 2-week period and you choose to essentially claim your honorary. That is when you'll have to burn your COD. That is the only time. So, and we'll have more information on how that system works and how everything else is. Merge channel requests, also a great idea. Oh my god, you guys are going to make me work overtime today. Let me Ranger merch. Well, guess what? Another one. I'll clean up the channel a little bit later. I'll make it to where it just changes and all that. We'll make it to where it looks nice and pretty. Love it. We already got... I'm gonna reach out to Volterra probably in a second to where I get a bid. I'm also going to put a format for Ranger collabs. I want you all to essentially just follow this. If we can follow this format and just tell me about the project and everything, that'll definitely help a lot. And if you can include the link to their Twitter, perfect.
And Rick Ace, you do not have to burn your COD for a free V2. All Ranger holders, you will get a chance for a free mint V2. And then going forward, if you either miss the window or you just want more, you will be able to burn your COD for an additional V2 villain.
Okay.
Those coins of destinies are going to be going to be incredibly important. They will be the DAO stake.
I'm writing something to Voltaire.
Design, yeah. What's something you got? Okay, yeah. I'll definitely reach out to them and see what they did, because that's, I mean, it's like the worst secret on the Ethereum blockchain with NFTs is that gas is crippling for a lot of projects.
Okay, Ranger holders. Woohoo! Thanks.
All right. I'm sorry. I'm checking a DM too about another collab I've been working on. So I'm sorry. I mean, I just hit the wrong thing.
Let me go onto Twitter, and I'm gonna put a link in here real quick. DeFi. I want some people who are here to kind of just.
No, the COD, it will not dilute value for the DAO. We've also talked about and it's going to happen. There will probably be 2 different CODs. One COD will be for our Genesis holders, and it will be a Genesis COD, and that COD will have a higher stake percentage, if you will.
And just to also clear some confusion, a COD will not be required to get an honorary the first 2 weeks.
No.
You will not have to burn a COD or anything like that. The only time a COD will be burned is if it's after the 2 week period and the honorary was not claimed. That will be the time when a COD will be burned. But remember, a COD is your stake in the DAO. So for all the people who are whitelisted, you essentially just received an extra stake into the DAO. So that is the utility behind the COD. The COD is going to have major use. You received another stake in the DAO, and in the future, if you want to claim an honorary, you will be able to burn your COD. Just think of Bored Ape Yacht Club. If you have a ape which has not been mutated, you are allowed to put a serum in the future, correct? Think of the same exact way with the Ranger. If it has not used or has not claimed an honorary morph with the 1902, you're able to get a rare V2 villain. The honorary collection, yes, it is free to Ranger holders right now, but that is going to be an extremely rare collection. The only problem with that is, though, with it being a free mint, there will be no COD that comes with an honorary collection. For that, you have to buy one in the public sale. A public V2 villain will be the only other ones which will get you a COD. Excuse me, sorry. Let's see, Billionaire Coyote, reduce Genesis collection. They are a DAO despite that floor is 0.03. Recommend check out their site for idea comparisons. But you know what? Put it in, I guess you can put it in Ranger Collab. Well, nah, that's not really that. Just, I'll look into that. With us having a small collection, our DAO is going to be very, very, it's going to be very easy to talk to the community and all of that. Everyone will have a voice and everyone will have a say. Delete my stuff. Okay, I gotta delete my thing in Ranger Collabs. Rick is yelling at me. We'll use his format. We'll use his template. It's very nice. I'll pin it too. Yes, there we go. Jared has to be dilution. More people sharing the pie. What is going on? V2 COD is a separate share value.
So Jake, are you listening right now?
Hold on 1 second.
All right. So your COD for the Genesis Rangers, those will have a higher fractionalization amount than any other COD. So yes, if there's going to be more, yeah, of course there is going to be dilution, but we are making yours stronger, so the dilution affects it less.
Exactly, yes. So the Genesis holders will be the ones who are rewarded the most. With
Absolutely.
you all being early supporters, you all get essentially a bigger piece of the pie. A Genesis COD will be essentially a higher yield. And then do not forget.
That's something else we could also, put in the community vote is how much stronger do you want the Genesis COD to be than the V2?
Mm-hmm. That's the whole
Jake,
point of the DAO.
And Jake, that's the whole thing with adding more CODs is to bring more value to the project. The 20% of the mint from this will go straight into the DAO. So if you look at some of the higher end Ethereum NFTs, we want to add those higher end ones to our DAO. We want it to be legit.
Mm-hmm. We're essentially going to be using funds also from the V2 Mint. We have donations planned to charities. This is going to be used towards the DAO and so on. So there are plans for what we're going to be doing behind everything. And I'll just for argument's sake, because not everyone has seen it, let me just put these in the main chat just for shits and gigs. So what I just put in the main chat right now is how we're planning on going about everything in the future. These are our future plans. This is the quarterly plans and how they've broken that down. So we already have 2 charities that we're planning on doing. We're planning on doing something for Lyme disease and mental health, obviously. Now, the third one, we want that to be picked by Ranger holders. We want it to where our holders have a choice in what charity we donate to. We believe that's the best way to get everyone involved. Everyone has a choice. Everyone has a say, and we can come together and find something which not necessarily everybody knew about. So I will create a channel to where I want it to where we have charity ideas. It could be anything. There's so many things out there. We don't know it all. So as a community, let's bound together and let's find something. So that's what we have planned for that, at least. And then we also have it to where 20% of our sales will be used for DAO purchases. And we have some ideas. So like Mutant Ape Yacht Club, Pudgy Penguins, Dodge Pound, like there's so many things that we can do. And obviously we can have it up to a vote. We don't necessarily have to do what is written on there. We could do it to where everything is voted upon. And if you guys think that there's other NFTs, there's other groups out there that we could actually go about doing, do it. Let us know. Our DMs are always open. So let's see. Hopefully we can do something for the kids. Find something for the kids. Let's do it. I was thinking, I remember Seshing, our favorite community member, he told us that we could have people dress up as rangers, go to children's hospitals, and so on. So there's so much that we can do. I would like to see something that's internationally focused when we are looking. If we can find something that's awesome, let's do it. But the biggest thing that will help, let's make sure that we can use crypto towards a donation. It does make a huge difference. Makes it a lot easier to where we can donate in Ethereum and so on.
And a charity where a bulk of the proceeds go to the actual cause.
Mm-hmm. We want to make sure that what we decide as a community, it goes towards the actual cause it's supposed to. That's the biggest thing behind it. They're always down to help the children, yeah. So let me see AMA questions. I vote I should design merch, snakes. That would be amazing. Chibi Labs did their Gen 3 drop the other day. The way they set up their contract made gas so low. Not sure how they did, but what it was so cool. I mean, we're looking at different things, so we'll see. And how does a DAO work for our benefit? Sorry, I'm new to NFT. A DAO, okay. So a lot of people are not too familiar with the DAO, so let me try to explain this in like the easiest way possible. A DAO is a decentralized autonomous organization. What this means is that there is no hierarchy. There's no specific people or no specific person, I should say, that makes the choice. The decisions made are based off of the community. The community has a vote on essentially everything. So once the DAO is formed, that is how we shall proceed. So when it comes to purchases and when it comes to what we buy, we as a community decide this. Now, the benefit of a DAO and how this normally works is that you essentially combine this with tokenomics, which at the moment we do not have enough information to release just yet. It's more of just like a little bit of a taste, but we will be able to elaborate more on that in the future. But that is essentially what is the mix. You mix tokenomics with the DAO, and the tokenomics is essentially how you reward your DAO holders. We will also be able to have random airdrops, random competitions, random rewards for those who are participating in the DAO. So there are so many different things which will only be involved with that organization. And that organization is if you stake your COD. That's how you participate in the DAO. You have to stake your COD. That is what we're going to be using as our DAO process. Now, in order to get a COD, you will have to be using your Rangers. The Rangers minted in Genesis, your Rangers minted in V2 Villains, the public sale, those are what will be able to get you a COD when the time comes. So I'm sorry for the lengthy explanation, but that is kind of like a very brief way of explaining how it works. Let me see another thing.
That was really well said. I was like, all right, he's just. I was listening the whole time, but you're rolling.
I've spent I've spent countless hours on researching the DAO and all of that to make sure that we have a proper understanding.
And
Now,
yes, John, you do get COD whenever you do mint public V2.
yes, so your honorary V2 villains will not come with a COD because that is a free mint that will not come with it. They are indeed beautiful. They're going to be extremely rare, but that is the best way to justify the V2 public sale. So now we will be having votes on discussing the quantity, the price for the public sale. That will be coming shortly. I will probably be putting up a poll maybe tonight, whatever it is. So that definitely will be a thing. And I had something else I was going to say, but right now it's escaping me. My mind's a little bit mush. But no COD for
Hey,
honorary
Z, I'm gonna have
villains.
to
Yeah.
jump off my computer soon. Try to get this wrapped up and get back in my truck. Re-invite me. I'm gonna hop back on my phone when I get in my truck.
Okay, got you. So as soon as you get back on, I'll put you back onto the stage.
All right, sweet.
Let's see. Any questions, healthcare, and all that. AMA on the road for Nick. Yeah, that's how dedicated he is. Nick does not stop working whatsoever. So that's been another thing. And another thing that we are also planning, if you haven't looked at our roadmap, which I believe will be a very huge thing, is multi-platform. We are planning multi-platform, and this will most likely involve Curate and Solana. Now, a lot of people have been essentially wondering about this, and we will have more information on this. We will have a lot more details. Right now, it's a little bit more in its infancy stage. That is further out, but we're going to be doing it that way. We're going to be having more than one platform, and we believe that this will allow more and more people to essentially join in different areas. Like for Sol, you have absolutely no gas. And with Curate, it's similar type of process. So there's so many different things that we can do. And then let me see what else. And then we also have a metaverse. That is something that a lot of people have been trying to talk about, and that's something that we want to do in the future. So with Q1, we are planning on buying land. We're planning on doing this for our metaverse, and hopefully we can launch it relatively soon. And it's just a matter of getting everything in place correctly. We don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. We want to make sure that everything we promise to you all that we're able to do. So metaverse will be in the future. So that is a very big thing that a lot of people have been asking about, and we believe that it is something to do. And I know a lot of people have been asking about the meetups and all of that. We have the national one plan. So as of this moment, we're planning on doing a summer meetup in Nashville. We believe that's also enough time for everything to calm down, and we'll get more of an idea of how things are going. Maybe travel will be a little bit easier for so on and for a lot of other people. And plus, I know a lot of people have been looking forward to that. Summer would be a great time for it. So I think Nick is back. There we go.
I am indeed. Sorry about that. I'm actually heading back up to the hospital just to relieve my mother-in-law, and I have to get through the doors before 6, or they make you go through the ER, and it's just
That's a disaster. Yeah. I mean, we're almost finished. So by the time you get there, we should probably be done because I think we've said a lot of what we needed to do. Nashville will be a blast. Music Road. Yeah, I mean, Nashville will be awesome. Let me see more of the question. Is Chris popping in for the AMA? He was supposed to, but he's actually a little busy, so we're actually handling it for him. But we're going to have everything recorded, and we'll be able to have it posted for all of you to see later, especially for the people who have not been able to pop in. Nashville
I'm
is a great
excited
time.
about meeting everybody in Nashville.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's going to be amazing. We're all a family, and it's going to be a good time. And then one of the final things that I'll touch upon briefly, it is out there. People have been talking about game potential. Now, as of this moment, nothing is in development, but we have been researching this. We want to have it to where by Q3 we are starting game development if that is in our plans. So that's essentially where we have it listed at the moment. Things are tentative, dates could possibly change. They could be pushed, they could be moved up, and so on. So as of this moment, that's what we plan on doing. If we do go in that route, it'll be around that time. And then one more final thing that we had been talking about is 3D printed models. Now, I've been seeing a lot of people talking about this, and I am all for it. We just want to make sure that we're able to do this correctly and properly. So we're going to make sure that we have to do a little bit more research on that. We have to make sure that we can do that properly. We won't be able to do necessarily everyone or whatever it is, but that is something that we are looking for. We are planning on that. And I saw somebody was talking about this earlier in terms of merchandise. We are planning on merchandise release for early Q1. So that will be relatively soon. So we will be planning on so many different things. We unfortunately can't share everything right this second, but relatively soon we will be able to. And I know that there's a lot of nice things planned.
Oh yeah, we got a lot of exciting stuff.
Will V2 be on Rarity Tools? I mean, most likely yes. I don't see any reason as to why it shouldn't be. I don't want to give a 100% answer, but as of this moment, I don't see why not. So I'll give a couple seconds for some final questions, and we'll begin wrapping it up. I see Clark is typing. Let me go to AMA questions. Metaverse plans, land. Yes, I just touched upon this. We will be buying land very soon about that. We will be proceeding with the metaverse. We're planning on purchasing the land and all of that around early Q1. We're going to be using percentages of funds from the mint to be doing that most likely. But we do have that in our plans. Metaverse is in the future. I miss what's happening in Nashville. Nashville, we will be having a summer meetup. And Sandbox, I mean, we're looking into everything. Right now, nothing is 100% finalized. We do want to have the community involved in that. We want the community involved in all these decisions. Right now, everything that I'm just saying to you guys is just letting you know what we have planned. The community will be involved in the decisions. We're going towards a DAO. The community will have a voice. And then one last final thing about the DAO. When the DAO is formed, there will be a multi-signature wallet. With that being said, 3 people from the staff, me, Nick, and Chris, will be elected to sign off on this. And to top it off, we will have members from the community who will also be elected to these roles to sign off on DAO purchases. Right now, I am thinking around maybe we could do four members from the community, 4, 6. We might even have everybody just vote on that, how many we vote in. The reason being is that us being staff should never have the authority to overpower DAO purchases. We will make sure that the people voted in from the community have the majority over staff when coming down to signatures on DAO purchases. If there's a majority of people who sign off on the purchase, then the purchase is made. So hypothetically, let's just say for argument's sakes, we have 3 from staff and 4 from the community. So if we have 4 out of the 7 people vote on the purchase, then the purchase goes through. So we need the majority for the purchase to go through. So those community members who will be voted in are going to be chosen by you guys. We might have a competition, we might just have votes, whatever it is. We're going to try and figure out the best way to do it, but the community itself is going to have a much bigger say and a voice. And for all we know, we might have even more than 4 people involved. We just have to make sure that it evens out. We have to make sure that it's an odd number, so it could be essentially 4 or it could be 6. That is something that we shall vote on. Males and females can both morph to V2 villains. In the honorary collection, yes, you will be able to claim a V2 villain like that. Oh, let's see. What about making it mandatory to have 1 person from staff and 1 person from community voting in favor, so it has to be a majority from 1 vote? We could do it that way. We could have it to where 1 person from staff and 1 person from community voting in favor, so it has to be a majority and 1 from both groups. Yeah, so I mean, if you have, that's what it is. Like I just said, think about it. With the staff, you have to have, if 3 people from the staff vote, you have to have 1 person from community voting for it.
Thank you.
Thank
Have
you.
a good night.
You as well.
Otherwise, community could outrule staff every time. I mean, technically, community should technically be able to outrule staff. That's the whole
Absolutely.
point about it.
Yes.
So we could have 4 instead of 6. The community should be able to outrule the staff on DAO purchases. That's the whole point of the DAO. The DAO is not supposed to have to where staff is over anybody else. So in terms of how the purchases are made, that's essentially how it's supposed to be done. So we would vote internally for all DAO members, and then the committee makes the final say. What do you mean by that, Jared? You mean to vote members in for the DAO, or? I'm sorry, my mind is a little bit mush. I've been running on low sleep.
I think he's saying the whole community could vote on additions, and then the people, like the community elected people as well as us, would vote off what they pick.
See, community is not necessarily fully involved, though. I don't want some random that did no research to have too much pull. So here's the thing. Community, the people that will be voted in these positions will be submitting applications. So that is kind of the way that I want to do this. I will have people essentially submit applications, tell us a little bit their background, their experience in NFTs and all of that. If they're comfortable with it, showing me their wallet, showing me to where I could see things. And then we can leave it to where it's a vote for the community. We'll make sure that people who are in these positions are qualified. We want to make sure that every single thing that we do is safe. It'll be no Joe Schmo just making a decision like that. And that is why the community will have a vote. If you do not trust the person in that position, do not vote for them. That's how we're going to do it. We want it to where the people involved are the ones who have done their research. They actually are well endowed in the community. And I already know of a few people that I see every single day who are on multiple different Discords, who talk to so many different people. So trust me when I say this, we will have a good plan on this. The way I'm leaning towards it is that we do 3 from the staff and we do 4 from the community. At that point, I don't believe the community people will be able to overpower the staff. I think that we'll all be able to come to a common ground, and I think that is a very good number. I think lucky number 7 will be good for us. And the chat just got very aggressive with feet pics. That's wonderful. Gotta love it. Feet are nasty. Agree. Will V2, V3, and V4 be separate collections or included in Genesis? So that is a development question. We will have more information on this in the near future. As of this moment, I don't really have anything that I could say about that.
Yeah,
Feet are
we
nasty.
definitely have kicked around different ideas with how we do want them, how we have them interacting. So yeah, that is something we have thought about, and that is something we have discussed. But it is not something that we've come to a final decision on.
Mm-hmm. All right, let me see. I see AMA questions. I've been neglecting it. Like a multi-sig wallet. Yes, it is going to be a multi-sig wallet. Transparency has been, this project has been an appeal for me. Multi-sig, yeah. So multi-sig is a huge thing. We got to do that. That's essentially what the DAO is. And just to confirm, if I hold 3 V1s in my wallet, you will get 3 CODs. Yeah. How about 7 community and 3 staff? Sheesh, Pickle. Sheesh. He said Pickle wants a mutiny. He wants community to take over. Feet are nasty. Oh my god, the amount of feet picks in here. So let me see. When Randone is currently busy at the moment. He is letting me and Nick take care of this.
Do y'all want us to, after we wrap this one up, see whenever we can get him on again and do another group AMA in the near future? Because he would absolutely be down. We actually wanted to do this yesterday, but unfortunately I had to postpone. And even today with the, going back and forth between the hospital, like this was the window for it. And unfortunately Chris couldn't make it for this one. But we absolutely could do another one in the near future, and Chris would be more than happy to hop on with y'all.
And another thing which I'm actually working on, so this AMA is recorded. I'm going to be putting this on YouTube. I'm going to be putting a recording out there, so all the people who did miss it will be able to replay it, watch it, and so on. So this will be up there for everyone else to see. So it's a very, we want to make sure that everyone is aware of our plans. And another thing is, me and Nick were talking about it. We want to do more AMAs with you guys. We were thinking about what platform to do it, what days to do it. We could do it daily. We could do it weekly. We want to see what is possible. We want to be able to talk to you all more. And we figure this is the best way to communicate with everybody and just figure things out. So weekly, right? If you want to do a weekly AMA, we'll do it. We'll do a weekly AMA. We'll figure out a date. And no matter what, one person from the staff will do it. If it's not me, it's Chris. If it's not Chris, it's Nick. It'll be one of us 3, if not all 3 of us together talking to you guys. We believed in transparency from the beginning. Yeah, exactly. We believed in transparency from the beginning, and that's what we really think we should do. We have beautiful voices. Oh my god, Ditto, you're gonna make me blush. You're gonna make me happy. But I think as of this moment, we've covered everything. Let me just go to the last AMA. Weekly, not bad. All right. So I think if only you were on video. I mean, you never know. You never know what'll happen. Appreciate you guys, family since day one. Seriously, we really are family, and we're together. We're gonna take this somewhere. I promise you guys that. We really will. We will make it. So I think we've covered majority of what we're doing. The collab with Wales, the Discord raid will be live shortly. There will be a lot of traffic, so just prepare yourselves. We figured let's just give you guys a heads up, show you a sneak peek of what we've been working on. And yeah, we're not going anywhere. We're here. Our DMs are always open. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask myself, Nick, Chris, or any of the mods. And if we don't answer right away, we will get back to you. We're here. We're not going anywhere. And whatever we can do for you all, we will do it. I promise that.
100%.
Yeah, so like I said, if you all have any questions, just feel free to let me know. And yeah, that's it. I love all of you guys, and I hope you have a great weekend, and we'll talk soon, okay?
Love you all. Bye.
Have a good one, guys.